I'm Isaiah Jackson, author of Bitcoin in Black America. Like you said, very serious event. You know it's serious when I got the ankles out. So Black Blockchain Summit, got to do it right. And we are co-founders of Black Bitcoin Billionaires, and I'm just glad to see so many beautiful black faces here every year, 6 years in.
And my name is Lamar Wilson, for anyone who doesn't know, founder of, one of the co-founders of Black Bitcoin Billionaire, and just Bitcoin educator. So today we have been tasked with how do we get Bitcoin to the youth? And I just want to say this. So Bitcoin Zay, if you all don't know, he runs an entire camp almost every year in North Carolina, correct?
Yeah.
And then you had one in Florida too, Miami.
Yeah, Bitcoin Summer Camp.
Yeah. So Zay, talk about how you and why you even started those camps in the first place.
Yes. So I do want to give a shout out to Naja Roberts, who also had the Crypto Kids Camp. Yep. And I believe we started the same year. Was it 2018? We started the same year. She's in LA. I was in Charlotte, so we got both coasts covered. And the Bitcoin Summer Camp basically was doing what we all should be doing in this industry, is looking towards the future, because honestly, we're going to be the old people in the room talking about, I remember back in the day when Bitcoin was whatever. So we got to start thinking about the next generation. And first, how many people here have children? Children over the age of 10. Okay, so a good amount. Bitcoin should be at the top of your list as far as things that they should learn when they're not in school, because it's not a part of the curriculum. So the summer camp was actually started as a supplement to what we already do as far as year-round, and that was the best time to get kids to learn about Bitcoin, to learn about coding, to learn about building their own NFTs. And in Charlotte, we did it in person and virtual, and same thing in Miami. And the main solution to our problems is in the kids. There's some 14-year-old that's gonna wipe the floor with us, honestly. Some 12-year-old that has the greatest idea. And that's what we should be looking towards the future. And hopefully we can push it where we can give thousands of kids across America and the world learning about Bitcoin in different cohorts or different programs. And long term, I think we'll see the changes that we've discussed here at Black Blockchain Summit.
Yeah, I think a lot about Bill Gates sometimes, and people are like, oh, well, he was smart, that's why he was able to make a lot of money. I think the reason why Bill Gates got a head start is because his dad put a computer in his lap. Right? He gave him the resources and the opportunity and the access. And if you look at Bitcoin, it is definitely an emerging technology. So why in the world wouldn't we give it to our youth? Right? My favorite thing I say to my kids all the time is, from one seed comes a forest. Right? You have to be able to plant that seed and allow these kids to know that this is an emerging technology. This is an emerging money that if they get access to it early on, that they can change their entire life. And I am a prime example. I did my first video on a street called Georgetown Street in Lexington, Kentucky. And I was telling everybody, man, y'all need to get Bitcoin. It's the future. And I looked crazy. My hair was I looked like Captain Caveman. I had hair everywhere. I had a speak and say. If y'all even know what that is, the old school speak and say was sitting in the window behind me. We was in an old soul radio station that was on the street that if you're in my community, people will say you don't go there, right? This is where I was first trying to say that. From that small little old school radio station, I have been able to talk about Bitcoin in Austria, Japan, China, Ireland, where we was in Costa Rica. Why? Just because of this emerging technology, and I was early in it. I'm telling you, giving a kid that access early, giving Bill Gates that computer turned him into the richest man in the world at some point. Putting these tools in the hands of our children right now before everybody else gets on board. And believe me, this small crowd globally is still a small crowd. Do y'all understand that? We are still super duper early. And this is actually a technology that we can give to our children far before the whole entire rest of the world can even touch it or even wants to touch it. That hasn't been the case. To get information into our community, we usually get it last, right? So that's why the youth are so important, and what Ms. Naja is doing and what Zay is doing and what we're trying to do up in Marcy with the Bitcoin Academy, right? That stuff is very important. And I'm so glad you guys are here, but we have to still plant those seeds.
And I want to give some context to what you just said as far as being early. Bitcoin is 14 years old, other technologies are a little bit less. If you were 14 years into when the computer came out, that's pre-email. That's the microprocessor chips that we use. I mean, way ahead. You'd be in like 1990. So when we say we're early, you are extremely early. And please, if somebody here has an inroad to Howard's curriculum, there's no reason why the biggest HBCU in this country does not have a comprehensive Bitcoin and blockchain curriculum. Somebody please come talk to me or Lamar. And honestly, going forward, not just college kids, but also the high schools. High schools, even though they may not have it in their curriculum, that's why summer camps after schools are good as a supplement so that you can still teach them while they're still in school. And also Bitcoin financial apps as well, where they can learn and educate themselves, earn Bitcoin for learning. We actually did a event in Miami. We had 55 kids, it's called 5,000 Role Models. 55 kids from the inner city, and being able to give them each $1,000 worth of Bitcoin, I mean, their eyes were wide open. And literally all 55 of these kids I still email and talk to this day. About 20 of them have actually considered a job in the blockchain industry. They had never heard of it before. So they're in college now, a lot of them, and some of them I'm actually about to hire simply because they took what we said, ran with it, and they're gonna be 18, 19 years old, making six figures at some point in the development world. So that's the power of what we can do. We can do it in a short time frame, and it's still early. So it's the time to build, to be at the forefront and not, get last to the party.
And the crazy thing is about having that specialized knowledge is a lot of times you don't necessarily need a degree.
Right.
Right? We understand that people kind of stay away from, we in a place of higher education, but some people don't do well in that. I taught coding in school for some little kids, and the kid that did the best in the class, the teacher came over to me and said, man, that kid doesn't do well in math, English, anything. He doesn't do well in any class, and he is taken to this. And I said, yeah, because he never had access to coding, because y'all teach him the same stuff that everybody else teaches in the same way. And that kid, I got him up. I said, hey, man, go teach everybody else what you just did. He walked around the room and taught 4 other people how to get to that, how to get to his ending, his solution that he did. He had to go through 10 projects. He helped other kids get to their ending as well. But why? Because he had access, right? And that's why I'm really, really big on the youth, because who knows the Frederick Douglass quote? It's missing me right now. It's easier to educate a young man than to change an old man, basically, right? So who knows it? Somebody just said it. Oh, yeah. It's easier to raise good men than to repair broken men. That is huge. That is huge. Another thing is from a youth perspective, let's get away from the technology. Let's just talk about empowerment, right? Bitcoin in itself, we talk about this every year. This is an empowerment money. I saw it no clearer than when I was in Africa last year for the African Bitcoin Conference. They don't talk about Bitcoin in Africa. Everybody from Africa knows that. They don't talk about Bitcoin in Africa the same way we talk about it. The guys I was talking to was like, listen, man, we ain't worried about that price stuff. We are here for the freedom, because our money sucks. Naira sucks. The CD sucks. And the governments are not doing anything to help, right? They're not doing anything. Basically, they're killing their money. So a lot of the youth in Nigeria understand this, and that's why a lot of the African adults have Bitcoin wallets, right? So we need to also tell our kids, because guess what other money sucks? Yeah, the US dollar sucks. And most people don't even understand why it sucks or how it sucks, but it sucks too. So we need to teach our children about money and help them to understand that there is a different type of money that they actually can control and own for themselves, and nobody can take it from them. I just saw a new beach, new beach that I hadn't heard of in Huntington, California, that was a black resort. Look it up. I think it was called a Pacific Beach Club. That club was one of the best resorts, like in Orange County. Now imagine this, in Orange County. They got it built 2 weeks before they opened. An arsonist came through and burned the whole entire thing down. How many times has that happened to black assets in this country, economically? How many cities have been drowned by them creating a dam and flooding out the city? But Bitcoin, nobody can take it. Nobody can burn it down. Nobody can confiscate it. And if you want to take it back to the motherland, you can put it in your pocket and ain't got to declare it. I'm just telling you, because you don't have not with you, if you get what I'm saying. It's on the blockchain. Y'all understand what I'm saying? So we need to teach our children about these tools that help to free them, right? To help them become more free. So,
yeah. And we have to start thinking long term. Like, how many people here have a 100-year plan? Few people? Yeah, so the people that you're fighting against, the industry, the system that people talk about a lot of times, they have 100-year plans. They have plans for 3-4 generations from now. And I think that in order for our new generations of kids and the ones that come after to succeed, they need anti-fragile money that can be used 100 years from now, that can still be, as a resource, used as collateral or used as a savings account, however you want to use it. And not just that, the technology, because I don't know if we could do it here, but at some point, I think we should have some sort of technical 100-year plan where we sort of map out how we would teach the next generation, because money leaves most families in 3 generations. Everybody has some dumbass nephew who gambles it away, or some alcoholic who, it always happens. But we can't let that happen in this industry because, like you just said, you can't burn down Bitcoin. You can only basically give it away, or you can basically lose it if you don't have the right education. So I think we got to start thinking about that 100-year plans, getting our kids to think in that way. If you want to teach your own kids, one of the main things you can start doing, start giving them Bitcoin for chores, simple things, simple tasks. Get them in certain programs where they can learn about building smart contracts. Certain coding techniques. I mean, Lamar, Jasmine, who's here, they have a lot of different resources there. Get them thinking about, not only am I benefiting myself, I'm benefiting the community as a whole for a long period of time. A lot of us, we don't practice delayed gratification. Some people can't make it past the weekend. They don't know what's going on past next Saturday. So we got to start changing that mindset to where it's long-term, and our kids think of it long-term as well. So I think this is the perfect time to do it. There's no better time than today, and with a lot of stuff happening in the world, I think this is more relevant than ever.
And I'm going to end this off by singing Whitney Houston.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm just playing. Y'all thought I was for real. No, but I do believe the children are our future. No, I really do. And I think we have, again, an opportunity that we have never really had before to be able to teach our kids right now, and they be the leaders, right? Because when people coming, here's the thing, when that bull market happens again,
everybody shows up. Yeah.
Everybody's gonna be running again, running into it. What is this? What's going on? Da, 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 da. If our children already have the upper hand and they start hiring for jobs, who gets the job? The people that know. Like, Bitcoin literally has changed my life trajectory. I'm not gonna lie to you. Just me being in it early, period. Changed it from a financial standpoint, but also changed it because technically I have been able to speak in places that, look, I'm from the West End of Lexington, Kentucky, and I done spoke at MIT twice to a room full of engineers, and I taught myself how to code, right? So listen, I appreciate it. But what I'm saying is, if I can do that, right, and they coming to get me, Lamar, can you come speak? Then what do you think our kids that we actually put through stuff like this, they're going to be the experts. They're going to see their life change. You understand what I'm saying? They're going to see the next level of what can be and what can become. And most people know they would call me a Bitcoin maxi, but I explain why. But I still think kids should mess with smart contracts. I think they should be messing with all this technology. I don't know if they should be investing money into it, but they should definitely be looking into it all. Try new things out. Get with Jasmine. Do the audit of the smart contracts. She was just talking to me. Can I say what you said? Here, come here. I'm going to bring you up like Clubhouse. I'm going to talk about what she thinks the kids should be learning. I'm bringing her on stage. Introduce yourself real quick.
Hey, y'all. I'm Jasmine Brunson. I'm the CTO and founder of Rectify AI. I'm a data scientist and blockchain developer. I think it's a big impact for a lot of us to start building on smart contracts, but also doing the auditing side. I'm going to say this a little bit later on our panel, but we lost $2.7 billion last year due to smart contract vulnerabilities. And the issue is DeFi is broken. And unfortunately, people are looking at this space seeing that it's a whirlwind of fraudulent activities, scams, hacks, exploits. But the truth of the matter is, most of the money is being lost due to bad code. So if we fix the bad code, it's undeniable, like, for them to come to us to build, like, to fix their code. Like, that's the hack. We hack the algorithm. So learn smart contract auditing, learn Solidity, learn Rust, Viper, etc. But this is where it's at. And then also building on smart contracts too. I've been a big proponent of people like being secure smart contract developers, not just building the smart contracts, but also doing a unit test, the property-based testing, so that when you put it out on mainnet, it's not going to get exploited and unfortunately break down the protocols and the users.
And just to add to that,
Thank you, Jasmine. I know this was weird, but hey, it's like Clubhouse. We just bring people from the audience.
She was saying all the technical stuff, but to get down to the nitty gritty, in about 18 months, you can make what, 200,000 a year? What 18-year-old kid right now can't succeed with that? Literally, less than 2 years, you could be making easily 6 figures, or if not, starting your own business. This is the only industry where that can happen, where people don't care about your college degree. They don't care at all. People don't really look at race as much around the world because this is a global currency. And if you can do the work, you can get the money and you can build the way you need to build. And this is the only industry where that's possible, where we're at the very beginning, we're at the front. Imagine us building the Googles and the Apples and all of the Microsofts and everything we see today. That's what we should be focusing on right now.
Young lady, you got a question? Here, come up real quick. Come grab the mic so we can hear it. Here, I'm gonna give you this mic.
Hi, my name is Ayana Barrow. I have 2 questions actually. So I'm a high school student. So my first question is, what would be the first step for me to take to learn about Bitcoin and to get into it?
Well, I'm gonna tell you, the first book to buy is, or he might even give it to you. This dude wrote it that I know, named Isaiah Jackson, called Bitcoin in Black America. I think you should grab that book, grab the Bitcoin Standard, right? I think you should. What's another good one? Because books, listen, books work. For everybody out there, reading is fundamental. I mean, books do work. Here you go. I'll take it back from you. Oh, you got a second question?
Yeah, and
then,
I would say...
I was going to say that also, listen, right after this, get my number. I'll educate all day one-on-one. Like, if you have any questions, I got you. Yes, ma'am. Yeah, bring her up. Bring her up. Yeah, let's do that too. Yeah.
I'm gonna give you some as well. Yeah.
Yeah. And what's your second question, sister?
Okay. My second question is, what can Bitcoin, what can you do with Bitcoin? Because y'all, I hear y'all saying like it's the future, like you can get all this stuff with it, but like what are the benefits of Bitcoin?
Okay, good question.
So
go ahead.
If you think of Bitcoin as money, one of the main benefits, as far as money having steps, is a store of value, and then on to medium of exchange, and then a unit of account. So what Bitcoin does is it fixes the money issue that has basically broken the world as we have it today. Our system is basically broken because the foundation is unstable. When you can print as much money as you want, when you think about money, you think about cash or using it. When you can print as much as you want, the value of your dollar decreases dramatically. And you may not see it because you're a little younger, but a lot of us who have lived through inflation for years and years and years and overtaxation for years and years, the system actually isn't broken. This is how it's supposed to work, but it doesn't. And Bitcoin changes all of that and does the exact opposite. So it's a lot more that goes into it, but just from a basic standpoint, it's money that's better than what we have now.
And quick thing I'm gonna tell you. So when I was a kid, a tomato was 15 cents, right? A tomato now is pretty much the same thing. They still using seeds, they still growing, right? 15-cent tomato. Now I seen a tomato for $1.59, one tomato. So here's my question. Did the tomato change? A tomato's still a tomato. So what changed? The money changed, right? You start recognizing that, you start seeing there's some issues with this system that we live in. So you start realizing like Bitcoin's money that nobody else is manipulating. You know how much Bitcoin's coming out on a constant basis. Can't nobody come and put some more in there to make what you have worth less. Yeah. Yes, ma'am. Come on.
I
Clubhouse.
want to know what I can buy with Bitcoin.
Oh,
You can listen.
What can I buy
Well,
with that fund
Listen,
money?
you can buy the book that we had back there. I just bought a book from the CBC yesterday with Bitcoin. And here's the thing, in the United States, you can buy. Yeah, that's why you got to come up here. Come on.
well, I was gonna say with Bit
Okay. Yeah.
Well, with Bit refills with Bitcoin,
Yeah.
you can buy anything. You can buy flights. You can buy hotels. You can get MasterCard. You can buy whatever you want actually.
You can buy. You can
and
buy
there's-
whatever you want with Bitcoin.
There's a lot of people who accept it as payment, but also too, you got to remember, it's not just for payments. It's also for storing your value. It's also for
Yeah,
other
I just try to tell kids, quit worry about what you can buy with it. Hold on to it.
yeah.
Like that's what I try
Gotta
to tell
start
them,
learning.
because if you thinking about trying to move it all the time and spend it, you're gonna mess around and miss out on a lot of value, because there's only gonna ever be 21 million. Ever going to be 21 million. And so you don't want to sell grandmama house when everybody start coming in. You get what I'm saying? Land don't move, land don't keep getting multiplied, and neither does Bitcoin. You see what I'm saying? So hold on. If somebody when Miss Nasha, I'm gonna give you some too. When Miss Nasha give you some Bitcoin, I give you some Bitcoin, just hold on to it. Don't call us if it go up and be like, how I get rid of this? All right, just hold on to it.
Yeah, come see me as well, so I can give you.
Don't buy pizza with 10,000 Bitcoin. I think that's it. We getting
That's
the
it for us. We got the
we getting the
going away.
Sandman music.